Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I have a different type of video for you guys today. So this is actually coming from live now from Fox. This is the homeowners taunted by would-be intruders in Halloween costumes. Now this is kind of like scary because this reminds me of that whole incident when I was living in Texas. There was an incident that was going around, I think it was around 2017, where they had the people in clown outfits.
Back up, man. Back up, back up. Back up, bro. Back up. Yo, I said back up. Back up now.
That were like stalking people, and like I think some of them actually were trying to hurt people. So it's like that kind of feel all over again. And so you have these people that are like, and it might be a prank. I'm not gonna say it's not, but in my opinion, you're playing a dangerous game, especially if you're doing this in, those red states that have like Castro Doctrine laws, like the stand your ground laws. Like, you are playing with fire if you're trying to do this. This also reminds me of that whole thing where they're trying to do that whole, ding dong ditch thing, but they took it to a whole new level. Like back in my day, ding dong ditch was when you rang the doorbell and you ran off. We didn't stay there like kicking the door or try to like break in or nothing. No, we literally just rang the doorbell and ran away. That was originally what ding dong ditch was, but these people took it to a whole nother level, which is ridiculous. But I think incidents like this, even though this one is happening in Virginia, it's a possibility that's coming to a town near you. So I really want my people out there to stay safe. Protect yourself, because you don't know what type of people these people are. Some of them could just be, like I said, pranksters, want to be gangsters, and we know that they ain't that. But it also could be something more serious, because you can have people that are doing this as a joke and then someone take it to another level. So it's always best to be prepared than to be underprepared, and just stay safe. As soon as you see something like this popping off, call the cops right away. And don't open your door. Just remember, stay safe. So let's go ahead and jump into the video.
And so we can bring resolution quicker.
It would help if I rewound it, right? It's like, okay guys, I was a little too excited for it. So let's go ahead and rewind this video. And here we go.
Right now, I do want to take you out to a story that is making the rounds all over social media. This is over in Alexandria, Virginia, outside of D.C., and I want to play for you this clip as three masked people show up at the home of a woman and talk to her through her Ring door camera. I do want to lift up the audio here and listen really quickly.
Who is it? Open up the door before we make any sound. Open up the door!
I can't even begin to imagine, and again, this is video that was provided by the woman who lives in that home. I do want to bring in Chief Tarek McGuire, the chief of police there in Alexandria, to talk more about all of this. And Chief, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks for having me this morning.
Of course. And that video is absolutely terrifying. So first, I do want to get your take. As you hear this story and then you watch the video for the first time, what is going through your mind as the chief of police?
Well, thanks for having me on this morning. The first thing that comes to mind is we've worked extremely hard here in Alexandria to work on making sure that our communities are safe. And that includes our crime numbers right now, which are down approximately 29%. And so when you have crimes that bring a victim to scarcity, as such as in this video, it's quite alarming. When I look at this video as just a human, a community member here, the first thing that I think is this a prank? Because you see the Halloween mask, you see someone walking up to a door trying to scare a family, and then from a human.
I believe in this also in this scenario, and they might bring it up. If they don't, then it's gonna bring it up now. But I believe the person was slashing at these people's door with a knife. So these people were really trying to get in. That's not a prank to me. Like I said, a prank to me would have been like, you ring the doorbell, you run. You ring the doorbell, maybe you make like little faces at the thing and then go away. But when you're starting to pound on the door, kick at the door, trying to slash your way into the door, you're crossing over to another line at this point. And that's just my thought. I will leave the legalities to the law enforcement to decide, but I personally, in my opinion, I don't think that's considered a prank when you're doing stuff like that and you're escalating it to that level.
I really think about the family being alarmed. And ultimately, how can we solve this crime? How can we solve this case to bring closure to not only the family, but the greater community?
And what can you tell me here about what actually happened? Because I know there's a lot circulating, as I mentioned, on social media. The homeowner has spoken to some of the media members there. Can you explain to me exactly what is going on here?
Yeah, so this incident happened, I think, on Tuesday night between 9:50 to 10 o'clock at night. And as you see in the video, you have several people that walk up in Halloween masks. And these are Halloween masks and costumes that are normally associated with horror movies that have been in movie theaters on television. But what's interesting about what we see here is not just the prank that is alleged to have happened, but it quickly turns into a criminal offense based off of the comments that they made, threatening toward the family, and ultimately destroying property and trying to make entry into the residence before they ran off. And so this is a very serious matter, not just for this family, but our community, especially as we approach this Halloween holiday season. We want people that are on.
I gotta wonder if someone was, let's say, dumb enough to open the door. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean, like, sometimes when you hear your doorbell ring, sometimes it's just like a gut reaction to just go and open the door, and to say, hey, what's up? But imagine you had something like that, or even an elderly person that doesn't have Ring cameras, that doesn't understand, like technology that way, and they go and open their door. What would have happened? Would this person have been assaulted? Would they have been, like brutalized? Would they have been robbed? Would they have been murked? You gotta wonder all these questions because of the way these people were escalating the situation. Because like I said, it was no longer a prank when you're doing actual damage and you're making threats.
On our streets to feel safe, to walk around and be safe at night. So, this is very alarming, not only for this family, but there has been great community concern.
And that's my next question for you is what is your message there to the community members who maybe see this and are extremely concerned about it?
Well, Josh, as I just said, we're approaching the holiday season. Not only that, but Halloween comes right before that particular time frame. And we're going to have people walking around trick-or-treating in our community, wearing costumes, wearing masks. And that is a part of this particular season. But most importantly, I want to share with people, if you see something suspicious, don't try to address it yourself. Call 911 so we can immediately respond to the scene and allow the police to, work through the details to help and identify what's going on. This has been very alarming. We've seen pranks like this across the nation before. In some cases, they've turned deadly. And so we're going to be relentless about trying to follow every single lead on this case. We've had some good leads thus far that our detectives are following up on that is going to lead to some action here over the weekend and the next coming week to try to bring a resolution to what has happened in this situation.
We can hear in the video I played right off the top the homeowner as she's asking, who is this? And as you mentioned, she is threatened there by these people. And the images, again, I know I've already said this, but they are absolutely horrifying to look at on the screen there. Do we know how the homeowner is doing here? Because I have to imagine they are incredibly scared.
I don't really want to speak on their behalf. What I will tell you is that our detectives have been in contact with this family. We have also increased patrols in this area neighborhood. And this homeowner has not experienced this before at their residence. And so, again, it's very concerning for the greater community. And just like anyone else, when you have your family inside of a residence and you have strangers outside, specifically dressed in the attire that they are dressed in, it's very concerning. And so my heart goes out to the homeowner and their family. And that's why we want to seek justice in the most efficient manner that we can as a police department.
Is there any indication there if the neighbors, anyone like that, knew what was going on? Because you can actually see in the video, as I've been showing it, that there are some people walking around in the background. Someone drives by. So were neighbors able to kind of help in the investigation? I know you always say, see something, say something.
Yes, there has been multiple people coming forward with Ring doorbell footage. Again, we've had some great tips. But what's ironic, the city of Alexandria is probably one of the safest cities in America. And I say that from the perspective of we have people walking up and down the street all times of the night, where they're out for a late night jog or late night walk. As you pointed out earlier, we're here in the northern capital region right outside of DC. So we have a very populated, very diverse community. And so it's not foreign to see persons out walking at night up and down the street, again, taking a late night jog here within our city. But seeing these individuals, again, prior to Halloween, standing there going back and forth is very alarming and concerning. We do know that when they left the scene, that they got into a vehicle. And again, we're following up on information that technology has brought forth. And I want to be respectful toward the investigation, but I really appreciate everyone that has come forward to provide information that has yielded video evidence. And again, our detectives are following up on that information.
And my last question here before I let you go, any indication if these...
So, this actually reminds me of The Purge, or like maybe The Strangers. But it's kind of scary to know that this is happening. And like I said before, if it was a prank, I would totally get it. Like, again, but obviously this is not a prank. And I really hope they find these people, because you shouldn't have people purposely going to people's homes and terrorizing them. That's not what a civil society does. So I really do hope that they catch these guys. And hopefully, if it was a prank, hopefully these people come forward and apologize. But if it's not, and I feel like, and again, it's my opinion, I feel like it's not a prank, I think these people should get arrested, and I think they should do some time, FAFO.
Or adults or children?
It's hard to say. I've leaned in close several times, listened to the audio. You would think that historically you've seen younger people engage in this type of behavior, but we're trying to still derive those facts. Again, I think we've had some credible leads. And I think it's important as we enter Halloween that parents ensure that they know where their children are, that they give them clear guidance and instruction.
Yeah, and that's
because
again,
that's gonna suck, these situations.
Right? That you have Halloween going on, and you're gonna have these people coming out that are like that too. So it's like, man, I feel like it's just tightening like the level of intensity where you're just gonna feel on edge, and someone's gonna get hurt on accident because of the stupidity of these people.
Across our nation, we saw pranks before where they have turned deadly, and I want to ensure that everyone is safe on our streets. And this is an important time of year that we begin to see increases in crime, not only here in our city that we're planning for to address, but across the nation during the holiday season. So I would just ask that as we approach Halloween, that parents in our community, that young people are being responsible to ensure the safety of everyone.
All right, Chief Tarek McGuire, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and discuss this bizarre, terrifying situation here. Hopefully an arrest or several arrests are made soon. Anything I missed? Anything you want to make sure to add here before I let you go?
No, Josh, I really appreciate it again, giving us an opportunity to share this message. If there's anyone out there in our community that knows anything about this or in the region, please feel free to call the Alexandria, Virginia Police Department. And most importantly, if you were engaged in this type of activity, I would ask that you turn yourself in so we can bring resolution quicker and closure to this family and the community. But ultimately, we are working diligently to identify who was involved in this incident.
Well, you've seen that, you heard that. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that it was a prank and these people were just taking it a little too far? Do you think that it was not a prank? And do you think, that people really need to be on guard? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I just wanted to bring this to your attention because it's always good to be prepared and then to kind of get sidelined by something like this. So you guys keep your eyes out, on what's going on, watch your six, stay safe. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Till next time, guys. Bye.